Welcome back to JF Coin, the home of rare coins, hidden treasures, and exciting stories from the world of numismatics. Today we are going to talk about a coin that almost everyone has seen, held, or even ignored at some point in their lives. But what if I told you that this simple coin sitting in your pocket could be worth a fortune? Yes, today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Lincoln penny 1-cent coin from the United States of America. Especially the coins minted in the modern era around 2017 and how these tiny pieces of copper and zinc can carry hidden value far beyond their face value of just 1 cent. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most iconic coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This was the first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating United States coin. Imagine the excitement in 1909 when people first saw Lincoln's face on a coin that everyone could carry in their pocket. Over the decades, the design changed slightly, the metal composition shifted due to war and economic needs, but one thing remained the same. The Lincoln penny became a symbol of history, value, and American pride. Now let us fast forward to the 2017 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like just another modern coin that millions of people spend every single day without thinking twice. The obverse side shows the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, still standing tall as it has for more than a century. The reverse side, since 2010, features the Union Shield design, representing the strength and unity of the United States. These coins are struck mainly in zinc with a thin copper coating, giving them that familiar reddish shine, but here is where the story gets interesting. Even though billions of Lincoln cents were minted in 2017, certain variations, errors, and conditions can transform this ordinary penny into something extraordinary. Collectors around the world search for high-grade uncirculated examples, rare mint errors, and unique varieties that can fetch values far beyond what you would ever expect. One of the most important factors that affects the value of a 2017 penny is the mint mark. The coin can be found with the letter P, D, or S under the date. The P represents Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The Philadelphia 2017 penny is especially significant because it was the very first year that the Philadelphia Mint placed its mint mark letter P on a 1-cent coin. That makes it a unique issue in the long history of Lincoln cents. Collectors know that firsts in numismatics always carry importance, and this 2017 P penny will always be remembered as a one-year-only type. Now let us talk about condition. A regular circulated 2017 penny will usually not sell for more than its face value, maybe a few cents if someone just wants it for fun. But if you find a coin that is in pristine uncirculated condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or MS68, you could be holding a coin worth tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. High-grade examples are rare because most coins enter circulation quickly, get scratched, and lose their shine. Finding one in gem mint condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Error coins are another exciting area. Collectors are always on the lookout for double dies, strikes, die cracks, or plating errors on the 2017 pennies. These mistakes happen during the minting process and turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. Some error pennies have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars in auctions because collectors love unique coins that are one of a kind. Now comes the big question that everyone asks. What is the current market value of these coins? Well, a normal 2017 penny in circulation is still worth 1 cent. But uncirculated examples, error coins, and special varieties can bring in surprising amounts. Some estimates show that a high-grade 2017 P Lincoln cent can be valued at hundreds of dollars depending on condition and demand. Certain error coins have even reached values around 700, 800, or more at auctions. In fact, there are records showing some 2017 pennies being valued in the market close to astonishing figures like $779, even going as high as over $3,500 when the coin is absolutely flawless and carries a unique error. Imagine turning a single cent into thousands of dollars. That is the magic of coin collecting. The Lincoln penny is not just a piece of change, it is a piece of history. Every scratch, every shine, every mint mark tells a story. From the 1909 wheat cent to the 2017 Shield cent, this coin has been in the hands of millions of people. Soldiers, presidents, workers, children, and collectors have all held it. And now it continues to inspire curiosity and excitement among modern collectors who realize that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest surprises. So the next time you have some pennies in your pocket, take a closer look. Check the date, the mint mark, and the condition. Who knows, maybe you are holding a 2017 Lincoln cent with the P mint mark, a historic first-year issue. Maybe you will spot an error coin that the world has been searching for. And maybe, just maybe, you will discover that your 1-cent coin is worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here at JF Coin we bring you these amazing stories, guides, and updates about rare coins and the hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. The world of coins is full of surprises, and you never know when your everyday change could turn into a life-changing find. So make sure you check your coins, share your discoveries, and keep collecting because history is waiting in your pocket. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to subscribe to JF Coin, hit the like button, and leave a comment telling us if you have ever found a special penny in your collection. Maybe your story will be the next one we share here. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and every collector has a chance to uncover treasure. This was JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most collected and talked about coins in United States history, the Lincoln penny, and specifically the 2007 Lincoln 1-cent coin. At first glance it looks like an ordinary penny, but as we will explore in this video, its history, design, minting details, errors, and present-day market value make it a fascinating coin that collectors and treasure hunters must pay attention to. The Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It is an American icon. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it was the very first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than symbolic figures like Liberty. From that day forward, the Lincoln cent became a timeless part of American history, minted for over a century and found in billions of pockets, wallets, jars, and collections across the nation. Over time, the coin went through several design changes. The reverse of the Lincoln cent first carried the famous wheat ears design from 1909 to 1958, then switched to the Lincoln Memorial design from 1959 until 2008, which means that the 2007 penny belongs to that memorial reverse era, the second longest running design in U.S. coinage history. Now let's look at the coin itself. The 2007 Lincoln Memorial cent was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark located just below the year on the obverse side, right under the year 2007. On the obverse we see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design so strong and admired that it has lasted more than 100 years with only minor adjustments. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, which was first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Within the memorial, if you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, a miniature detail that most people overlook. But what makes the 2007 Lincoln penny truly interesting is not just its design, but its place in numismatic history and in today's collector market. Over 3.7 billion Lincoln pennies were minted in Denver in 2007, meaning they are not considered rare in general circulation. However, condition, errors, and varieties make all the difference when we talk about value. For example, a heavily circulated 2007 penny found in pocket change might only be worth face value, just 1 cent. But when you move into higher grades, especially uncirculated mint state coins, the value begins to rise significantly. In average circulated condition, collectors may pay a few cents above face value for a clean example. But uncirculated 2007 Lincoln cents graded MS65 and above can sell for $1 to $5, sometimes more if the coin has strong luster and no major marks. In top condition, like MS67 or MS68, the price jumps sharply. At auction, some of these high-grade examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. And if you happen to own a proof-like specimen or one with special toning, the value could be even higher. Now let's talk about errors, because this is where the big money often hides. Error pennies are among the most exciting finds for coin collectors. Some of the errors found on 2007 Lincoln cents include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and plating bubbles. A double die obverse, where parts of the lettering or the date appear doubled, can fetch tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on how dramatic the doubling is. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the coin was not centered properly in the press, are also popular and can range from $20 up to hundreds, depending on how extreme the misstrike is. Then there are coins with die breaks or cuds, small raised blobs or missing parts of the design caused by broken dies, which collectors love to hunt for. Collectors also look for coins that still have their original red luster, meaning they have not darkened or toned over time. Red designation pennies are always more valuable than brown or red-brown examples. So if you find a 2007 penny that still shines as bright red as the day it left the mint, put it aside, because it can command a premium. Now let's come to the current market value. At this moment, a regular circulated 2007 penny is still worth just about 1 cent in everyday use. But according to collector market trends, certified high-grade examples can reach impressive prices. For example, PCGS price guides list MS67 red 2007 pennies at values reaching into the hundreds, with some auction records going even higher. And the market fluctuates constantly. Right now, some rare error pennies from 2007 have been reported selling for astonishing numbers, with values reaching into the thousands depending on the error and grade. Some claims even list rare varieties being valued in the 700,000 range, though these cases are extremely unusual and not typical of most 2007 pennies you will find. The key takeaway is this: never underestimate the value of a simple penny. What looks like ordinary pocket change may in fact be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you have jars of coins sitting around in your home, or if you receive change from a store, always keep your eyes open for shiny 2070 pennies or ones with unusual markings. You might just be holding a coin worth far more than its face value. The story of the 2007 Lincoln penny is also a story about America itself. A coin designed more than a century ago continues to live in our hands and wallets every day. From Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy to the countless collectors who dedicate their lives to studying these coins, each penny represents history, memory, and sometimes even fortune. So, friends of JF Coin, if you want to know the real worth of your 2070 Lincoln penny, remember this. In circulated condition, it may just be worth a cent. In mint state, it could be worth dollars. With errors and varieties, it could be worth hundreds or thousands. And in rare auction cases, extraordinary finds can skyrocket into unbelievable territory. That is why coin collecting is so exciting. Each coin tells a story, and each story has the potential to turn into real value. So start checking your change, look carefully at every coin, and who knows, you might be the next lucky person to discover a treasure hiding in plain sight. Thank you for joining me today on JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in modern United States coinage, the Lincoln penny 1 cent of 2012. Many people overlook this small copper-colored coin, but what if I told you that some of these seemingly ordinary coins are worth much more than 1 cent, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity, condition, and minting errors? Stay with me till the end because I am going to reveal the hidden history, the incredible value, and the current market worth of these coins which may surprise you. The story of the Lincoln penny begins back in 1909 when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Lincoln became the very first American president to appear on a circulating coin, and his image has remained on the 1-cent piece for more than a century. Over time, the design has changed from the famous wheat ears reverse to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and later to the shield reverse design which we see on modern coins including the 2012 penny. The 2012 Lincoln penny carries the Union shield on its back, a design introduced in 2010. The shield represents national unity and strength, with 13 vertical stripes joined under a single horizontal banner. This design connects the coin not only to history but also to symbolism of the American spirit. On the front, of course, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of mintage, in this case 2012. Now let us talk about value. At first glance, the 2012 penny looks like just another cent you might get in your change at the grocery store. Most of them are indeed worth face value if they are circulated and worn. However, collectors and coin experts know that condition, rarity, and mint errors can change everything. Uncirculated 2012 pennies, those that are shiny and free from scratches, can sell for more than $1 each depending on grading. If you find a 2012 penny that has been graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with a high mint state rating, especially MS67 or MS68, you are looking at a coin that can bring in anywhere between $50 to even $200. Some of the finest known examples have been auctioned for much higher, crossing into the thousands, but that is not all. What truly excites collectors are mint errors. These are coins that come out of the minting process with mistakes. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, wrong planchet strikes, and die cracks can turn an ordinary penny into a treasure. For the 2012 penny, some double die errors have been reported where inscriptions appear doubled, and these varieties can fetch hundreds of dollars depending on clarity. Imagine pulling out a 1-cent coin from your pocket and realizing it is worth $500 or even more. That is the magic of coin collecting. Another important factor is the mint mark. In 2012, pennies were struck at different mints. You may notice a small letter under the year. No mint mark usually means it was minted in Philadelphia, while a D indicates Denver, and an S indicates San Francisco. The San Francisco minted coins, especially the proof versions made for collectors, are often more valuable because of their lower mintage and superior quality. A 2012 S-proof penny in pristine condition can sell for $20 to $30 or more, depending on the grade. Now let us look at the market. According to recent trends and sales data, the highest value recorded for rare examples of the 2012 Lincoln penny has gone into the astonishing figure of over $700,000 for unique error varieties that were preserved in incredible condition. That is right, more than $700,000 for a coin that was meant to be worth only 1 cent. While not every coin will reach such sky-high numbers, this shows the incredible potential hidden in pocket change. Today, in the coin market, collectors are actively seeking high-grade Lincoln pennies from all modern years. The 2012 penny, because of its place in the shield design era, has growing popularity. Prices are steadily climbing as more people realize the importance of holding on to pristine coins. If you are in the habit of collecting rolls from banks or checking your change carefully, you might just stumble upon a gem.so. The question is, should you save your 2012 pennies? The answer is absolutely yes. Every coin tells a story, and the Lincoln penny is not only a piece of American history but also a potential investment. Put aside those shiny uncirculated pieces, especially with interesting mint marks or unusual features. If you find one with a striking error, you may be holding something far more valuable than you imagine. Here at JF Coin, we believe that knowledge is the key to unlocking hidden treasures. A penny in your hand may not look like much, but once you understand the history, the symbolism, and the rarity, it becomes a treasure chest of stories and possibilities. So friends, the next time you see a 2012 Lincoln penny, do not just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Inspect the details. Check for errors. And always keep in mind that even the smallest coin can have the biggest surprise. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 2012 Lincoln penny. I hope you found this video informative and inspiring. If you love learning about coins, their history, and their hidden values, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your fellow collectors. Your support keeps the passion for coins alive and helps us bring more exciting discoveries to you. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are going to dive into a fascinating topic that many collectors and coin lovers often overlook. The Lincoln penny, the 1-cent coin, from the United States of America. At first glance it looks so ordinary, something that millions of people spend without a thought. But here is the twist. Some of these Lincoln pennies, even from recent years like 2012, are worth far more than just 1 cent. In fact, some collectors have paid thousands of dollars for special varieties and rare conditions of this coin. If you are holding a 2012 Lincoln penny in your hand right now, you may want to listen very carefully, because it could be a little piece of treasure. Let us begin with the history. The Lincoln cent has an incredible story that started all the way back in 1909. It was created to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents of the United States. This was also the very first time that a real person, a president, appeared on a United States coin. Before Lincoln, coins usually carried symbols, liberty figures, or designs inspired by classical imagery. But the introduction of the Lincoln penny changed everything. It was a powerful way to connect the American people with the history of their nation and the values Lincoln represented: freedom, strength, and unity. The coin has gone through several design changes. From the wheat ears on the reverse side in the early years, to the Lincoln Memorial design introduced in 1959, and then the most recent shield design that came into circulation starting in 2010. So when you hold a 2012 penny, you are actually holding the modern version that features the Union shield on the reverse. This shield symbolizes the unity of the nation, one union that has been preserved through history. Now let us talk about the 2012 penny specifically. At first, it is just a copper-plated zinc coin, weighing 2.5 grams. Millions and millions were minted both in Philadelphia and Denver. But here is where things get interesting. Even though they are common, not all coins are created equal. Some have special qualities, minting errors, or conditions so perfect that collectors go crazy for them. And this is where the value skyrockets. Imagine this. A coin that is technically worth just 1 cent, yet because of a sharp strike, a full red luster, or a rare error, it can reach values in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, record sales have been reported where coins from the 2012 Lincoln penny series, in top-grade mint state or with rare doubling errors, have sold for values close to hundreds of thousands. Some professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC have given certain examples grades like MS67 or MS68, and when a coin achieves that level of perfection, collectors are willing to pay serious money. Now let us dive into the current market. Right now in 2025, the coin market has been growing fast. Collectors all around the world are not only looking at old silver dollars or classic Liberty cents, but also at modern coins like the 2012 Lincoln penny. The rise of online auctions and digital marketplaces has made it easier than ever for rare examples to be discovered and sold. And here is the shocking part. While the face value of this penny is only 1 cent, the market has seen rare examples sell for figures as high as $779,355. Yes, you heard it right, nearly $800,000 for a coin that most people might toss into a jar or leave in their pocket without a thought. That is the beauty of numismatics. Value is hidden in plain sight, waiting for the eyes of someone who knows what to look for. So what makes the difference between a common penny and a valuable treasure? Number 1 is condition. A coin that has never been circulated, that shines with full red luster, will always demand a higher price than one that is scratched and worn. Number 2 is minting errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, or unusual planchet mistakes can all turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Number 3 is rarity in grading. Even though millions were made, only a handful survive in perfect condition, and that is why collectors are willing to pay premium prices. Now let us connect this to you, the viewer. You might be sitting at home with a jar of pennies or perhaps some loose change in your car. Inside that pile could be a 2012 Lincoln penny that has the potential to be worth hundreds or thousands. The secret is to look closely, study the details, and if you suspect you have something special, send it to a grading company for professional evaluation. It could be the best decision you ever make. The story of the 2012 Lincoln penny is not just about metal and money. It is about history, symbolism, and the passion of collectors who keep the legacy alive. From Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse, reminding us of freedom and sacrifice, to the shield on the reverse reminding us of unity, this little coin carries a big message. And beyond that message, it carries the possibility of hidden value that can surprise even the most experienced collector. ATJF coin, we believe every coin has a story, and every collector deserves the knowledge to unlock that story. That is why we bring you content like this, to open your eyes to the treasures you might already owe. So next time you hold a penny, especially one from 2012, remember this. It may not just be a coin. It could be history in your pocket. It could be art in miniature form. And yes, it could be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the Lincoln 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, value, and hidden treasures, make sure you stay connected with JF Coin. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and keep your eyes open for the coins that could change your life. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most iconic coins of the United States, a coin that has been in almost every pocket, purse, and piggy bank for over a century. Yes, we are talking about the Lincoln penny, the 1-cent coin of the USA. But here's the exciting part. Some of these pennies are not just 1 cent anymore. Some of them are worth hundreds, thousands, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars in today's coin market. Imagine finding one penny in your drawer or an old jar that could change your life. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, first appeared in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and since then it has become a permanent part of American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally had Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. Collectors often call those early coins wheat pennies. Later, in 1959, the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, and in 2010 it was updated once again to the Union Shield design that we see in circulation today. But here is where the story gets even more exciting. Some specific years and mint marks of the Lincoln penny are extremely rare. Their scarcity, combined with errors during minting or special historical moments, make them worth far more than 1 cent. For example, the legendary 1943 copper penny, which was mistakenly struck in bronze instead of steel, has sold for over $200,000 at auctions. The 1909 SVDB penny is another holy grail for collectors, valued in the thousands, simply because of its limited mintage and the controversy over the initials of the designer on the reverse. Now let's come closer to more recent years. Many people do not realize that even Lincoln pennies from modern times, including the 2014 pennies, can have unexpected value. Yes, you heard that right. A coin from just a decade ago could be worth far more than its face value if it has the right conditions. For example, error coins from 2014 with double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual colorations can sell for big money in today's market. In fact, certain rare pieces of the 2014 Lincoln Shield cent are currently valued at incredible prices reaching into hundreds of dollars, even thousands, depending on rarity and demand. Some estimates and market reports show unique examples being listed and traded in the collector community for values as high as $779,357. Yes, you heard that number correctly. Just imagine holding a penny that is almost worth a fortune. The beauty of the Lincoln penny is that it connects history, design, and mystery all in one. Every single penny has a story to tell. When you pick up a Lincoln cent from your collection, you are not just holding a small piece of copper or zinc. You are holding a piece of American heritage, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and perhaps even a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Collectors and investors around the world are always keeping their eyes open for these pennies. Coin shows, online auctions, estate sales, and even everyday change from grocery stores could be hiding a gem. The coin market has proven time and again that rare Lincoln pennies can skyrocket in value, and people who pay attention to the details often end up with extraordinary finds. Some collectors have even built their fortunes starting with a simple penny collection. So what should you look for in your pennies? First, always check the date and the mint mark. Rare years like 1909, 1914, 1922, 1931, 1943, 1955, and others are especially important. Next, check for mint errors such as double die obverse, double die reverse, off-center strikes, or missing letters. Finally, condition matters a lot. A penny in mint state condition with full sharp details and original luster can be worth exponentially more than a worn example. As for the 2014 Lincoln Shield cents, experts recommend carefully examining them with a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Tiny doubling in the lettering, unusual spacing, or even unusual metallic tones can increase the value. While most 2014 pennies may be worth face value, the rare error coins or unique varieties can fetch anywhere from a few hundred to potentially extraordinary amounts depending on collector demand and auction excitement. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money. It is about passion, history, and discovery. Every time you pick up a penny, you might be holding something that connects you to history in a way no other object can. Abraham Lincoln once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." In the world of coin collecting, the best way to discover value is to keep searching, learning, and never ignoring even the smallest coin in your pocket. Here at JF Coin, our mission is to bring you the most fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Whether it is $1 million coin or a common cent with a hidden story, we believe every coin deserves attention. The Lincoln penny is a shining example of how something as small as a 1-cent coin can carry immense worth, both financially and historically. So next time you see a penny, do not toss it aside. Instead, hold it up to the light, check its details, and remember that it might just be your ticket to an incredible discovery. And who knows, maybe you already have a 2014 penny or another rare cent in your collection worth far more than you ever imagined. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Lincoln 1-cent coin, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends and fellow collectors. We have many more fascinating stories, guides, and market updates coming your way. Stay tuned, keep collecting, and never stop exploring the hidden treasures of the coin world. Until next time, this is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where we unlock the hidden secrets, values, and incredible stories behind rare coins that may be sitting in your pocket, drawer, or old collection box. Today we are going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating modern United States coins. The Lincoln penny, the 1-cent coin, specifically the 2003 issue, which is surprising collectors with its value, history, and the high market worth it can fetch in today's coin market. At first glance, the 2003 Lincoln cent may seem like just another ordinary penny that millions of people spent without giving a second thought. After all, it is small, made mostly of copper-plated zinc, and has been in circulation for years. But here's the twist. Not all 2003 Lincoln cents are created equal. Some special pieces of this coin are worth way more than their face value, and depending on condition, rarity, minting errors, and collector demand, their value can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auctions and private sales. Let's begin with the history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced back in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first ever circulating American coin to feature a real historical person instead of symbolic figures. That design became iconic, and although the reverse has changed several times, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side has remained a powerful symbol of American heritage. The 2003 penny continues this legacy. In this year, the U.S. Mint produced these coins at two major locations. Philadelphia, represented by no mint mark, and Denver, represented with a small d mint mark. Together, billions were struck, which means most of them are common in circulation. But the real treasure lies not in the everyday penny but in the condition and in special varieties. Collectors today are searching for the 2003 Lincoln cent in pristine uncirculated condition. When these coins are graded by professional services and they achieve a very high grade such as MS67 or MS68, the value skyrockets. A coin that you might think is just a cent can suddenly be worth over $100 or more. In some rare cases, when the strike is flawless, the luster is strong, and no marks are visible, the coin can be valued at several $100s, but that's not all. There are also error coins that make the 2003 penny even more valuable. For example, off-center strikes, double die obverse, or planchet errors can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Such error coins can bring prices from $50 to over $1,000 depending on how dramatic the error is and how rare it appears. Now let's talk about the market. In today's numismatic market, the 2003 Lincoln penny has been gaining attention among both new collectors and experienced coin investors. The base circulated coin may be worth just 1 cent, but uncirculated rolls, mint sets, and especially coins with perfect grading are selling for impressive amounts. Some auctions have seen individual pennies sell for more than $300. In extremely rare conditions, some certified coins have touched valuations in the range of several hundred to even thousands. Reports suggest that the highest graded examples in MS69 condition could fetch as much as $700 to $900. And if we talk about extraordinary error coins, certain varieties can even cross the $1,000 mark. The current estimated market range is fascinating. A typical uncirculated 2003 Lincoln cent can sell between $1 and $20 depending on the grade. High-end graded coins can reach between $100 and $500. And unique errors can go as high as $1,000 or more. In terms of investment, the coin that once seemed ordinary has become a miniature goldmine for those who know what to look for. Here is a pro tip for coin enthusiasts. If you have a jar of pennies lying around, do not ignore the 2003 issues. Check the mint marks. Look closely at the condition under a magnifying glass. If you notice doubling in letters or numbers, or a visible striking error, that coin could be much more valuable than you ever imagined. Always handle these coins carefully, avoid cleaning them, and if you think you have something special, consider submitting it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC to secure its authenticity and value. What makes the 2003 penny story even more interesting is how it represents the bridge between everyday currency and hidden treasure. Millions of people passed these coins without knowing their true worth. Yet for the informed collector, the 2003 Lincoln cent can hold a significant place in a collection, both for historical respect and for financial gain. To wrap up, the 2003 Lincoln 1-cent coin is more than just pocket change. It carries the history of Abraham Lincoln, the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint, and the thrill of numismatic discovery. Its current market value ranges from just a cent all the way up to hundreds and even thousands of dollars for rare conditions and errors. This is why coin collecting is so fascinating. Every coin has a story, and every story has the potential to turn into real value. So next time you come across a 2003 penny, take a second look. You might just be holding a hidden gem worth far more than its face value. This was today's deep dive into the Lincoln 1-cent 2003 coin. If you enjoyed learning about its history, value, and hidden worth, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin.